This week at Edison Motors, we tell some delivery drivers where to go, we buy a truck that doesn't run, and our shop unloads itself. This is exciting. The very first load of the shop is showing up. Over the next couple days, we're getting another 13, 14 of these things in here. So Joe from TEG's just basically reached over with his excavator, hook a chain on, drags it out. We'll drag it over to the staging area, do a little inventory counting, just while we're waiting for the last of the concrete footings to get in place. And then we are off building shops, but this is cool. Right here behind me is the future home of where Edison Motors is going to be building their trucks. This is just the garage doors coming out right now, but it's still exciting that there's 13 more truckloads.
We unloaded the first 2 skids of material for the shop. We noticed when we were bringing them out of the container trailers that the container trailers are quite high, so we had to build up the ramp a little bit so that the skids aren't flexing and bending as we bring them off of the trailer.
Today is an exciting day. As you can see behind me, we are pouring concrete for the new shop. These are the footings that the building is going to be sitting on. We got about a third of them poured previously on the last couple days. Today we're doing the middle third of them. Then on Monday they're going to be coming back here and finishing them off. So realistically by this time next week all the footings are going to be in place. Then we'll backfill it all in there and then we'll start erecting the shop.
Where's the shop?
So the shop is already here. They're just got to shake it out. They got to unload a few more. They got to do their inventorying. So the timing should work out perfectly. By the time we got this pit behind me backfilled, ready to go, they said they should be finished shaking out their building, doing their inventory, bringing over their office trailer, getting set up to do the job. So everything is going really, really well. Remember Johnny, the guy from Italy that came here to get a job on Investor Day? Well, he got his work permit, he's here, and we got him doing concrete today. Other than that, he's been working in the engineering office.
I was looking forward for the concrete. That's the whole point. I've been studying engineering in the Netherlands. I'm almost done. I'm in my 3rd year. This was a mandatory internship I had to do, and it was absolutely had to be concrete.
No, he's actually been helping us out a lot. He's been working on the tow hooks for the truck, mirrors, axle mounts for the mechanical truck. He's been designing all that. But we needed an extra body for concrete, and he volunteered to come out here and start pouring concrete. So
real fun.
So is that the end?
Yeah.
All right, that's it. Last pour just finished. So what we're doing right there is that is a large vibrator. It basically goes in, vibrates the concrete so it all settles nicely into the forms, as well as they were going around, tapping on the outside, just to make sure that concrete settles down nice and evenly.
We finished our pour here. We pumped out as much as I can get without pushing air. So now it's starting to push air, so this is as much as I can push out now. So now I'm gonna close my lid and you wanna have a look and see how much concrete's in there right now. So that's what's there right now. The concrete is at the middle stage in the boom. I can't push it any further, so now I suck backwards, clean all my pipes concrete wise, and then now once I do that, then this will fill right back up again full of concrete. So now I'm gonna suck backwards, listen till the mud comes by, then I know it's gone, and then I'll swing around, and then I'm gonna have to put a couple sponges through the pipes, and we'll get the rest of the concrete out and the pipes nice and clean. Okay, so now the mud's made it all the way back. Now she's about 3/4 full. So now I'm gonna swing my boom around and then we'll stick these orange sponges through and suck them backwards.
Oh, so you suck the sponge backwards through.
You suck it backwards so it cleans out your pipeline. All right, so now we just disassemble this so I can wash all this stuff up. Concrete, it's time. It's all on time, so the longer you wait, the harder it is. So I'm putting water in here first just to kind of create like a wash. So then these balls will go through. I'll suck backwards in through the pump. These will go all the way up, around through the pump, and then they'll end up back there at that gate. And then I'll grab those once I do my washout for my hopper. Now I'm gonna start sucking backwards, turn my auger back on so it's spinning and it'll mix the water into the concrete in there. I'll go 5-6 strokes with the pump and this will suck the ball back. There she goes. Flip that down. Then we come over here. Now I'm listening again. You're gonna hear 2 times the balls go by.
That's cool how we can just hear it. That's cool how he listens to it. See what's
There's
going on.
one. There's the second one. I let it cycle a couple more times just to make sure they made it all the way to the end. Good enough. Now I grab my hammer. And what I see, it's nice and hollow. I know that they're all the way here now. That's basically it for my cleaning my booms out. Now I just wash this back, rinse it out quick, put her back together, fold up the boom, and then that's it. I know my pipeline's clean, there's no blockages. Close the legs, and then I gotta go wash out my hopper. So that's my washout for my boom. And yeah. Okay, so if you remember before, this was damn near empty. Well, that was the mud that was left in my pipeline. So now I'm gonna kick my gate open, let drain out this concrete. I'm gonna open up this door, and there should be 2 orange balls in there. There's 1. There's 2.
This is crucial. You have to make sure you wash your balls.
You got to, otherwise they get hard. So now it's just a matter of washing out the hopper. The longer the concrete sits in there, the harder it is to get out. If it's in there for a better part of the day, there's a good chance I'm using my snap-on air hammer to get it out, and that's not fun. Takes a 20-minute, half-hour job and turns it into 45 to an hour. All right, it's Tyler Dukinich here with Toucan Concrete Pumping. Small concrete pumping, me and my old man, based out of Cranbrook, British Columbia. We cover from Cranbrook to Golden area and everywhere in between. And pump concrete, we do houses from foundations to walls, bridges. We did the bridge in Golden, main bridge there.
Now the Edison Motor
Now
Shop.
we're here at Edison Motors doing great big shop they're doing for their new builds.
You bet. So what's the advantage of using a concrete pumper versus just like backing in cement trucks and troughing?
Access, a lot of times you can't get access all the way around buildings or these forms that these columns that we've been pouring. Time, it's a lot quicker most times to just get a pump and have access to every spot you need, and just less strain on the guys on the ground. Back in the day, everybody used wheelbarrows, but kind of a dying trade.
I'm sure Johnny appreciates that.
Yeah, I think Johnny was pretty good today. He was pretty happy. You know, I pump out 10 meters of concrete in 15 minutes kind of deal. Depends what we're doing. Depends how open it is. Depends how experienced the guys are, ground crew.
How far out can you reach with this thing?
This truck, 40 meter boom, I've got basically from the nose of the truck, 110 feet of reach. So once you start stretching out, you're a long ways away from the truck.
Yeah, it's been super handy. Just being able to come out and see you working out here. Truck backs up to you, unloads in the back, and you just move from footing to footing, pouring it in there. Like, it went super easy. It looked real clean as they were doing it. And
no, I think as a whole today, everything went really well. Great crew here. Edison Motor guys are great to work for, and couldn't ask for a better Thursday afternoon here.
All right, and we'll see you Tuesday, I guess, to finish them up.
You bet. Thanks a lot, Chase.
You betcha. Thank you. So next couple days, what we got to do here is we're going to get the engineers to give Rob a hand. So we got the whole engineering team tomorrow going into the hole. They're going to be taking the sides off those footings, rebuilding them, moving them over. Then we can get Toucan back out here on Tuesday, finish it up, take those off just in time for that shop that's sitting right over there. Start getting put on the footings.
What's up?
You want to tell us what is going on with these giant chunks of steel on the ground?
So we just got our buck converters in and we need to test them. So we wanted to pull 200 amps and we're like, what can we pull 200 amps through? This is 120 feet of steel. So we hooked it up.
So you just made a giant resistor out of angle iron.
Exactly.
How much did a company want for this?
Like a lot.
Like
There were hundreds of thousands.
We're not spending hundreds of thousands of dollars. So they're like, what can do that? We're like, well, we run it through a bunch of steel. This is safe, right?
Probably.
Probably safe.
We have a kill switch.
Okay.
Jokes aside, we did plan this out. We have a safety procedure in place. We have schematics. We've talked about this, and we're going to be conducting a safe experiment.
Is it only 12 volts or something?
It's only 12 volts, and we have all the gear. We have thermal camera. We have multimeters that will be able to record from a distance, and we'll be operating, turning on and off from a distance. We're here testing our new DC-DC converters that we just got made custom for us to our custom load bank. We started yesterday and we tested running the two in parallel, and we came to about 150 amps combined. And now we're testing just a single on its own. They're made to run on their own. So we're running a single one. It's producing about 100 amps DC on its own. We're probably still gonna do the two in parallel for redundancy, but this is showing really promising because we need this to isolate our 24 volts from our 12 volts. All of our safety systems run on our 24 volt systems, and all of our auxiliary runs on our 12, and we wanted to have our batteries isolated, balanced, and charged.
Okay, so I got an email that the Nikola auction is on today. So out of curiosity, came online here and saw that these things are going for like $500, $1,000, $2,000. These trucks, when Nikola was selling them, were over $500,000, I believe. And now they're going for like a couple grand. So you know what? Screw it. I figured I'll throw a bid in on one and let's see what a $500,000 truck looks like. I'm sure they're going up. There's a few minutes left in the auction. Prices always go up at the end, but let's see what we get. I don't know what we're gonna do with it. We figured we'd just kind of fire it up, drive it around, do some testing. I just think it'd be cool. It's like, I never liked Nikola that much. I don't think their management, not that great. This company raised billions and billions of dollars. At one point, they were worth more than General Motors. As a startup, they were worth more than PACCAR. Somehow they took hundreds of millions of dollars, couldn't get to production, fumbled the ball, and I think it'd be just cool to have one of their trucks parked out in the yard. It's like a head on a pike kind of deal. So right now we're at lot number 170, 173, and they're going for around that $3 to $4 grand range, $2 grand range, but the lots go all the way up to 302. So it's like we still have 100 trucks left to go. Like, don't rush in right away at an auction. Wait, the people that are collectors are buying them for 3 or 4 are probably gonna buy the ones they want, and then the people that want them for $1,000, $1,500 will probably buy a few. So my plan is I'll just wait, and hopefully though that strategy works out, because sometimes everybody else has that same strategy. That's one of the things at auctions. You don't know. Does everybody else have the strategy of let's just wait and see, or is everyone trying to grab them right at the start because they don't really care? They're setting their max bid and they're, oh, if I get a truck, I'm happy with that. I'll set my max bid. They get their max bid, they walk away. I don't know. Fingers crossed here. We didn't actually think we were gonna get one, so Theron left to go into town to fill signs, but he's now back, and we did get a Nikola Truck, $2,600. Now I gotta go figure out a way to get this from Arizona back to Donald. I don't even know if it runs. Who am I kidding?
Chance it doesn't.
That's a Nikola Truck. It definitely doesn't run. So it is the next morning now. The concrete has now starting to harden. So what we are doing here is, in order to give Rob a hand, we got our engineers here, and they are pulling off all the forms so we can get them lifted up, put up top, and moved over to the next ones. How's it going today?
Oh, pretty sweet. Taking a break from compliance, drowning in regulations, and getting my anger out in a different way.
I'm not saying that dealing with Environment Canada is stressful, but our compliance engineer's like, you know what? I'm gonna go throw a sledgehammer and a crowbar around all day because that's easier than dealing with government.
Fair enough.
Johnny's Italian, so he's used to just doing construction. I think that's just in his DNA. Get back to work. Things are pretty busy today. We got the mechanical engineering team. They are in the concrete pit taking the forms off there. While they're doing that, the electrical engineering team is working on the truck programming and fine-tuning some things like that. They want to get that thing out tested soon. So we got the test track mostly done, at least the circle route. So today I'm going to be running the grader. I'm going to hop in that, make sure it's nice and smooth. We'll take the grader out, smooth it out. Then we'll take the packer, pack it in so we got a good, firm, hard surface. While I'm doing that, Eric is also just working in his office on all of the investment raise stuff. So he stays busy on the computer while we get to go and have fun.
Super stoked that Chase is out there with the grader. We're going to actually smooth out the track. Hopefully we'll get some testing done this weekend. In the meantime, I'm actually working on our investment. So if you're keen on investing in Edison, we've done so much work over the last year doing IFRS audits to allow any Canadian to invest. If you're interested, definitely go to our website. We also allow US investors if they're accredited. And for international investors, it really depends on where you are in the world. But for more information, just reach out to me and we'll make sure that you can invest in Edison.
I'm Derek from Wood Slingers here in Golden, BC. Edison Motors just moved into the neighborhood and we're stoked to be able to work with them on some signage and maybe some custom woodworking. They got a nice big property out there in Donald that has a lot going on, so some signage is well needed and hopefully we can provide something cool. Wood Slingers started out as a primarily custom woodworking shop, but we specialized in a lot of signage, so here we are with the new CNC in here. Edison Motors has a merch shop on their property now, so we're gonna cut them up a sign that identifies their merch shop and where it is. Here at Wood Slingers, we do all sorts of custom woodworking. We've done restaurant interiors, custom tables and counters and all sorts of stuff for different clients. Got some nice big shop tools that always come in handy for the big jobs. We got wood drying with a fireplace in here and our paint booth here. We're finishing off our signs. Right now we got some of the existing Edison Motors signs all cleaned up and ready for clear coat. Outside isn't very entertaining, but I do a lot of chainsaw carvings and stuff too, so here under the gantry I like to run my chainsaws and make a mess outside. This nice big stump here is a commissioned piece. It doesn't look like much right now, but it's going to end up being this carving of a human entity that's hopefully going to end up in an art gallery here someday. I've been carving since I was a kid, but few years, well, during COVID, getting bored at home, sitting in lockup, I decided to see how far I could take a carving project. So Wolfie here was my big show-off piece that kind of proved to myself what I could do with a chainsaw and chisel. So he's kind of inspired by my dog Shady, because Shady's got 2 different colored eyes. So I kind of went for the two-tone look to him with the half-dead side of his face there all ripped off and exposed to bone. But this is a solid piece of Douglas fir that I found in the backcountry, a big cool stump that I liked that had lots of cool grains in it. I carved each individual tooth out of local birch and inlaid it like a wolf dentist. I can easily say I know the anatomy of a wolf face pretty well these days. There's my show-off piece, the wolf. To our office here where we do all of our graphic design. So we can print lots of vinyl signage, we can do die-cut decals, we do vehicle wraps here, so we can print full vehicle wraps and apply them. Whatever vehicles, we've done some motorbike wraps and stuff now. We do lots of cut aluminum, CNC cut aluminum, industrial signs for avalanche and safety and traffic. And all the way into our t-shirt room here where we're starting to do screen printing and lots of apparel for local businesses. Wintertime gives us a little time to work on more passion projects. I'm gonna try to get a lineup of nice hardwood fishing nets out this winter, ready for spring. This is a solid oak piece, fully bent around to make a nice big wide mouth fishing net for the humongous bull trout we got kicking around the Golden parts. World-class fishing around here in Golden. Have a watch out for my nets. Dave Burns, the Golden Gill, he can take you out for a tour to catch some of these net-filling bull trout we got here in the Golden Rivers. Check them out. Thanks for taking the tour, guys. We're really stoked to be working with Edison Motors here in Golden. If you have any questions, want to reach out about any woodwork or signage, you can check us out on Instagram at Slingers or Golden Signworks, and our website's woodslingers.ca. Thanks for watching.
Check out what just showed up here. This is funny. This is super annoying. We got the tires here. They had to basically take the tires off, get it on the low bed. But the Nikola Truck here has extra large and needs special nuts to go in there to hold that. There's a different flange you can see. So because that takes up the extra slop in the rim, the normal nuts that we just use won't go on here. And for some reason, this hub is a bigger nut. Like, I need special rims to put this thing on. Special rims, special nuts, and of course they didn't really send any, so I guess you just rob some off the back axle. But like, that's annoying. Why not just use a standard part that it's on every single one with a standard rim that is on every single truck? Like, come on.
Well, we took off the back nuts because we were going to use them for the front rims, and unfortunately we can't because they're meant for the depth of 2 rims, not 1. So, kind of screwed right now.
does it feel being one of the few people who get to drive a Nikola?
Fun fact, this is actually the state when they revealed the truck. We're rolling it with the, oh no, we didn't air it up. It's not aired up, but we'll get it.
So in the short time it's been since opening investment for non-accredited Canadians, then international, and then also reopening it for accredited Americans, we've raised over $1 million. And what that money is going towards is to bring our production facility online. It's going to be to stock inventory for our trucks to get rid of lead times, and so we have the parts here to build the trucks. We're going to be commercializing our heavy trucks, and we're going to be developing our pickup truck chassis. So if you are interested in investing, I'm going to put a pop-up up there that says invest. So please check it out. Go to our website, www.edisonmotors.ca, under investing. It's the only place you can invest.